God Loves All by Robbie Hicks,
Rachel Mark,
and Anthony Perez. Alas, dear Lord, I am nearing the last of my sunrises. I fear not for myself, but for those without Christ in their hearts. I, who have walked through the valley of the shadow of death, only want to sing of your love for those willing to find salvation in you. You never seem so far from despair. If only people wouldn't forget the love within us. Even in the darkest of times, your redemption is without limit. I know, for I have witnessed your unconditional love. May we never have to suffer such evil again.
The master race needs labor's wrong. Poles, Slavs, and especially Jews must be cleared out to make room for the Reich. De Fuhrer has awakened us to our glory. Death is the mercy we shall bestow upon you. After centuries of persecution across Europe, the Nazi rise to power led to the Nuremberg laws, which stripped Jews of their homes, businesses, and legal rights. But that was only the beginning of the world's Nazi nightmare. We must keep going. I don't know what will happen to us if we get caught. I don't know where we can go. Why would there be so much pain?
I hear there's a man, a priest near Warsaw who's a friend to the Jews. He cares for the persecuted, even those whose faith is different than his. Let us seek out Father Maximilian Kolbe. We seek sanctuary from the Nazis, for without your protection, we shall surely die. On September 1st, 1939, Germany unleashed a blitzkrieg that saw Poland overrun within days. Jews, Poles, Catholics, really anyone in a position to lead a fight for Poland's survival was arrested, imprisoned, and worse, killed. In all, 3 million Poles would be set to perish in the Nazi nightmare known as World War II.
Father, we have been driven from our homes, but we have done no harm. We are so hungry. Our brothers and sisters are being slaughtered by the day and by the hour. It is difficult to see the light amid so much darkness.
God stands with you. In his name you will be brought into the city of the Immaculate. Let us pray. Let us lovingly accept our crosses, and let us love every neighbor, whether friend or enemy, without distinction.
Where is Maximilian Kolbe?
By God's grace, I am here.
You're under arrest. On September 19, 1939, Roman Catholic priest Maximilian Kolbe was arrested by Nazi officials. Despite having German lineage that would shield him from the persecution inflicted on the Poles, Father Kolbe refused to sign the Deutsche Volksliste. He was released on the 8th of December 1939, returned to printing anti-Nazi papers and harboring 3,000 refugees, of which 2,000 were Jews. What is this? And that? This is an accidental Hitler and the Aryan race. Housing these swines a crime punishable by death. For now you'll be taken to Paviak until the Reich until you'll pay for unforgivable crimes against the German people.
Praise be to Jesus. Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed. For the Lord our God is with you wherever you go, and wherever I go. God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present light in the darkness of these troubled times.
The Catholics and Jews are all the same, inferior minds following the mysticism of mental weakness. No one can surpass the master race. Heil Hitler. On February 17, 1941, Father Kolbe was arrested by the Gestapo for concealing 2,000 Jewish Poles. After a short while at Paviak prison, Father Kolbe was transferred to Auschwitz, where he became prisoner 16670. While it was his stand for human kindness that had him placed on this hell on earth, his devotion to the Lord left him fortified with the fact that was still to come.
The hellish officers have been cutting my rations in half since I fell from exhaustion while digging our own graves. I don't know how much longer I can last in this murderous and unforgiving place.
Stand firm and you will win life. Blessed is the one who perseveres in the trial, because having stood that test, you will receive the crown of life, which God bestows upon those who love him. The Holy Spirit was very much alive in these broken bodies. I was singled out for a particularly brutal beating after failing to run with heavy planks. Beaten and kicked in the chest and face, I lost consciousness in the mud while receiving my 50 lashes. I was left for dead, but at great risk to my prison brothers, they smuggled me to the prison infirmary. We looked out for each other. Here, take this and remember that there is still hope in life.
Oh, thank you, Father Kolbe. I'm forever indebted to your generosity and sacrifice. May God be with you. He has given me new life, a new hope, and a new dream to fight against these wretched officers. They will not dictate my spirit. I am devoted to God, for he will see me through until my end. As the Nazis acted on their belief that priests were only second in savagery to Jews, Father Kolbe was forced to endure the intense hatred of his captors. He survived beatings, and when a guard dog was sicked upon him, leaving him bloody and shaken, he picked himself back up and finished his task without complaint. As Father Kolbe stood for the power of God's love, others planned their escape from Auschwitz.
Line up, you swine. A man from Block 14 is missing. You know the punishment. 10 of you should be put to death. You.
No, please no, my poor wife, my poor children, what will they do? They can't live without me. I provide for them.
This cannot be. How can I, who have been blessed to know the Lord, allow one so afflicted to die? I am strong in the Lord. I will shine his light upon this wretched place. I would like to take his place.
Who are you?
I am a Catholic priest from the city of the Immaculate.
You're willing to take this man's place in death?
Yes, this man is needed. He has a wife and children. I am no one, and am willing to accept the punishment for this man.
Matters not if this Polish trash or you die. Fine, step back.
This blessed man saved me. I was death had its grips firmly upon me, but this ray of light stood up to volunteer his life for mine. This man of God who preached love and forgiveness to us prisoners took my place in Building 13, where the punishment was death by starvation.
For Jesus Christ, I am prepared to suffer still more. John 11:23-26. I am the resurrection and the life. For those who believe in me will live, even though they die, and whoever believes in me will never die.
This priest is truly a great man. He sings and kneels in prayer for days and days.
For if we live in the Lord, and if we die in the Lord. So whether we live or die, we are the Lord's.
This priest only prays and asks for nothing more. The guards say he constantly admonishes those still alive to remain faithful. After 14 days, Father Kolbe remained alive while still none others suffered. It was then ordered that the cell be cleared so that others could enjoy the deserved punishment in Building 13. Enough of this! Where is the executioner Bach? End this man's resistance.
Give me your arm, Catholic.
Oh, Immaculate, I belong to you.
On August 14, 1941, Father Maximilian Kolbe died from an injection of carbolic acid coursing through his veins until it finally stopped his heart.
This man not once, but twice stood up for those in dire need and he didn't have to. He could have escaped the Nazis unharmed, but instead became one of the 1.1 million people who died at Auschwitz.
Rather than hate a billion Muslims or deny Middle Eastern refugees sanctuary as our president would have us do, we should emulate Father Maximilian Kolbe's love and compassion for mankind by giving visas to the men, women, and children who only want to be free from war.
At a time when humanity's base instincts push self-preservation over everything, Father Kolbe's act of sacrifice stands apart as the only instance of such an act of charity in the camps where 6 million people were slaughtered. Sadly, America turned its back on Jewish refugees when we refused safety to the passengers of the St. Louis in 1939. We sent them back to die. We have a chance to redeem ourselves by opening our hearts and our borders to properly vetted Muslims like Father Kolbe did for Jews in Poland.
Maximilian Kolbe saved me. Franzek Gajowicz was certainly done. Though dumped in a nameless pit like the other victims of Auschwitz, I spoke of this champion of God for each of the 51 years I lived after the war ended. 32 of those glorious years were spent with my beautiful wife, Elena.
I stood for the Blessed Virgin, for God, and for humanity when all hope seemed lost. My sacrificial stand for love and compassion saw Pope John Paul II make me a saint on October 10, 1982. Quoting the Gospel of John.
Greater love has no man this, that a man lay down his life for her friends.
God loves Jews and Christians.
God loves Catholics and Muslims.
God loves heterosexuals, homosexuals, and everyone in between.
God loves the redeemed and sinners.
God loves the persecuted.
God is
The Almighty.
Forgiving.
Compassionate.
Universal.
The hope I stood for while surrounded by pure hate.
God